And welcome back to another edition of the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Before we get rolling with our guests, I want to take a quick second to give a shout out to a couple sponsors. First, let's start off with GopherCBD.com. GopherCBD.com. Use promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. They have a bunch of different options. They have the topicals, which are awesome, the recovery cream. They have the performance cream, the performance spray, as well as the gummies. So make sure you guys check out GopherCBD.com. But the topicals, they're truly a game changer with their patented delivery technology. Strokes ahead of the competition, delivering 10 times more CBD directly to the muscles and joints than your traditional balms and creams. The Gopher CBD topicals are easy to apply in the course, absorb quickly, do not leave any sticky residue, and are essential for every golfer's toolkit. So make sure you guys check out GopherCBD.com, promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Also, if you're local here in the 518, make sure you check out 420 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road in Troy, New York, right up in the Walmart Plaza. Everything you're looking for, flowers, pre-rolls, edibles, vapes, tinctures, you name it, they got it. They also have a great supply of the Jaunty products. As you can see here, we got Jaunty as one of our new sponsors here. They have the gummies. They have the all-in-one vape pens. They have the cartridges. Definitely check out the resonators. That's really where it's at right now with them. That stuff is put you to sleep. They have the dream berries. I think I got some right next to me here. Here's their blueberry, the one you see in the background there. Great taste, great flavor, and definitely does the trick for you. So definitely check out Jaunty if you pop in at 420 Bliss. Also check out the app they have, but just a little higher. You can find it in the App Store. Make sure you're looking at the 420 location. You can set up your delivery service, your pre-order, everything right on there as well. Then we got Trouble Off the Tee, TroubleOffTheTee.com, promo code RGB for 15% off site-wide, as well as promo code PUFF for buy one, get one free on the polos. So make sure you take a look at what Marty and company has to offer over at Trouble Off the Tee. And then don't forget to take a look at the book narrated by Marty Minden. It's available on Spotify. It's available on Audible now. It's narrated by Jake Adams from Country Club Adjacent. So definitely go give that a listen. It's one of those Audible books that it's like a podcast where you want to hear the end of the story. So you take a loop around the block or two. And then last but not least, we got 52 Sundays. 52 Sundays, as you know, the Pitch Putt and Puff is an affiliate of the Legends Golf Club, and we have the New York Legends Golf Club as well. So if anybody's interested in signing up, hit me up at the Legends New York. But we got the 52 Sundays. Use promo code LGC15 for 15% off site-wide. 52 Sundays, Legends Golf Club's official sponsor. Some big news coming from 52 Sundays with the Pitch Putt and Puff as well, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll bring on our guest. And welcome back to the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. I'd like to introduce our guest tonight. We got Chris, the owner and founder of Gopher's Golf Tees. What's up, Chris? How are you, man?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. So Chris recently sent me a couple packages, and he's got some very creative golf tees, man. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the golf tee business? Because that's a different avenue to go, and you see a lot of guys going into the clothing and golf balls and other things. But what drew you to the tees specifically?
Well, I mean, the tees, as weird as it sounds, is I was tired of boring tees. And so I just wanted to find some art to put on it. And in typical DGen fashion, I guess I just spent way too many hours in Photoshop thinking of anything I could put on a golf tee, from aliens, pot leaves, middle fingers, or some of the other ones I had, smiley faces, tried some flowers, some hearts, all sorts of stuff. And it led me to the middle fingers and pot leaves, man, just because I wanted to make a statement.
Yep.
Family-friendly tees are coming, but I wanted to start off with just a statement tee.
Yeah, you gotta get out there with a bang, man. You got to do something that's going to stand out for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now, how long you been playing golf?
Off and on since 10. 10 through high school was pretty. Oh no, I should take that back. 10 through like 16 was just messing around.
Mm-hmm.
High school was a little serious, and then I just played some and took a break. And since December, I'm probably 3 days a week, 2 days a week now. Like,
nice.
Just, the bug is.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, you're either addicted or you're not, and I'm addicted right now. So.
No doubt. I know all about it. I started about 7 years ago, and I was so bad that I'm a pretty decent athlete, football, baseball, basketball my whole life, and could always
Yeah,
hang no matter who I was playing with. I could always hang, and got out on the golf course, man, and I was swinging and missing, and I was like every ball I hit, not one of them went straight. I probably lost a dozen balls in 9 holes. It was that kind of thing, and I was like, I got to get better at this. Like all my friends do it, I gotta get better here. So I caught the bug, and I was same thing. I was 4 or 5 days a week back then, and then I took a
yeah.
little bit. I went back a little bit, but now with my schedule and the way everything works, I'm right back to 4 or 5 days a week, which I
Uh,
love it, man. You got to
how
get out
many
there.
are how many are range days?
Zero.
Okay, I like it.
Zero. I'm
Yeah,
because we only get in New York. We're only playing, 6 months out of the year if we're
that's
lucky.
right. Yeah,
So I'm out there as much as I can. I look at the simulators in the wintertime as like my range sessions for the most
perfect.
part.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was what was so weird out here last year in Colorado is the snow was garbage. Like I like to snowboard in the wintertime and
Hmm.
it was absolutely trash. I don't think I had one powder day, but I could golf almost every day.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna keep playing golf and it just got me hooked and then that's when yeah, the golf tees came about was just thinking and brainstorming and all of a sudden I
Yep.
was like, let's make them. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It's definitely something like we were saying before we started recording. Like you're gonna find like especially with like the pot when you're gonna find some old school guy who's gonna go to use pick up a tee or something and sees like wow what is this thinking it's a Canadian
yeah,
flag or something. Then he walks up and
yeah,
sees a
yeah.
pot leaf and he's gonna be all pissed off. These stoners out here and this and that. But like with the pitch putt and puff, man, it's like I did it kind of just to be different and stand out. But like we're also out there, we're smoking a couple joints on the course, we're having a good time. Like, but it's not just us. There's other guys out there. We smell it every time we're out there.
W and
As you
what's the
probably do in
difference, like
Colorado.
yeah, if someone wants to hit like, I mean, out here it gets a little crazy, I guess people just have pipes in the golf cart, but, if someone wants to hit the pipe, what's the difference in that than that guy who's, like, definitely needs to stop with that last beer probably 3 holes a goal or
Yep.
3 holes ago, and he's belligerent on the tee box, like, come on. I mean, at this
Yep.
point, who who cares? Who
Yeah,
gives a
that's the
shit?
crazy
And
thing. Like New York's finally just loosening up on everything. You guys really
yeah,
in Colorado set the way for everybody.
yeah,
Thank God because it was crazy. Like especially like up here, it wasn't as bad. But like if you went down to New York City and you got caught with a joint or something, they're literally arresting you. It's like got a joint, man. It's like I'm
yeah.
Rob. You got a lot bigger things, fish to fry
Well,
down here, and you're messing with me.
and that's these teas. So these are the weed leaf ones. This
Yep.
right here, it's almost impossible to advertise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Every
I
time you
did.
post it, it gets flagged, right?
So the posts aren't too bad. It's paying for posts. So like you're just getting further reach, whether it's on Amazon, Instagram.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to spread the word. As a young, we've been in. I think I got them up for sale July 5th or something like that.
Okay,
Like
so a little over a
so we're
month. Yeah.
yeah, dude. I've just been hounding Instagram, and like when you replied, actually we had a contact and a mutual contact, Rob Person, I believe,
Twisted
as
Foot.
the Instagram handle. What was it?
Was it Rob from Twisted Foot?
I don't know if it's Twisted Foot. He commented on one of your posts.
Okay.
Uh, but he's a guy who's been like super cool. He loves the middle finger tees, and he's just been super cool. And he's like, "Hey, you got to message him." And so literally, I saw that pop up on the phone. I sent you a message right away, and I think you replied same day. We're like, "Yeah, send me some,"
Yeah.
and got him out there to you because yeah, I was like, these are the people that my golf tees are for. The people who are 60, they might laugh at them, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste my time like
Chasing
marketing.
that demographic. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
I want people who want something edgier. Like, I don't think I'm crossing the line at all with these tees, but
No,
I knew,
no. It's especially like with golf nowadays too. The game has changed. The game isn't what it was even 10 years ago, where you don't see guys out there with the backwards hat, their shirts untucked. Like it's a lot more. The
dude, my home
vibe of
course is a blue jean course.
yeah,
It's
the
a little
vibe of
nine
golf is
hole.
just different. It's different
Yeah,
now. It's not country club. It's really not. And that's the
no.
way like you're more likely to see a middle finger tee and a pot leaf tee than you are just a regular Callaway tee or whatever.
So I'll tell you this, the middle fingers blew my expectation. Cause all right, the middle fingers are cool. They
Hmm.
look nice. They're just more sleek.
Yep.
The white and green just pops, man.
It
I,
pops.
I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah. And the black one, just the middle finger though. I think we were talking about it before. It's
Yep.
everywhere in golf right now. And I
Hmm. ball
I mean, it makes
markers,
sense.
hats.
How
Yeah.
many times do you see a middle finger on the golf course, whether you're
Yep.
whether you're shooting it to the ground, shooting it to the club, shooting it to your buddy? I mean,
All
it
day
makes
long.
sense that it's making its way everywhere.
Especially with our crew. We miss a putt and like, oh, good, that was
Dude,
close, and then we
my
harass each other so bad out there.
my
It's
putting the
tough.
last 3 weeks is absolutely god awful. Was it played 18 last weekend? I had 5 birdie putts within 5 feet. Missed every single one of them. Managed to turn 2 of them into bogeys. It was like to the point I
Oh,
wanted to just throw my putter.
there's nothing
Like,
worse. I had 3 opportunities just yesterday where I turned birdies to bogeys, man. Every
yeah,
single one. I'm like, why? Like, how is this pot? Like, I can't putt this within 2 feet to tap it in. It's one of those things.
yeah.
Like, why did I get so greedy and have to go for the 20-footer where I know I'm not going to make it, but it's worth a shot?
It's funny because we play for fun, but
Yep.
we still feel these slumps. Like I'm 100% in a putting slump right now, and I'm like, whatever. Keep.
Yep.
I got golf tees. Like,
Yeah. I got my golf tees.
yeah,
That's me too, man. Like, I got off beginning of the year. I got off to a really good start. I thought it was going to be the year where I was making that. I hit like a plateau right now where I've been like mid 80 golfer for the past probably like 2 years.
yeah,
And I started shooting real low 80s consistent. I'm like, man, I'm low 40s on the front nine, which is a big struggle for me at the local course for whatever reason. The greens are a lot tougher. If I keep it under a 45 on the front at our local course, I'm happy. So I was shooting 41s, 38s, 39s. I was playing pretty good. I don't know what the hell happened, man. I shot 100 the other day for the first time in like 3 years. Um, I've been in the mid 90s all of a sudden. I can't get off the tee. I'm like, I'm going on vacation next week and I can't wait because it's going to be just a mental break, a physical break, like all the bad habits I pick up from playing 4 or 5 days a week.
yeah,
And on Sundays, sometimes it's tough. Like with the pitch, like we had 12 guys out there yesterday or on Sunday. And, it was literally like, all right, this guy's late. I got to call, see where he is. I'm running to the tee box myself. I'm getting everything organized. Like it just sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 holes to like settle in. So
yeah,
I started out terrible yesterday, and it just led to the snowball effect of like, oh, my scorecard is so cooked right now. I have no chance of battling back. But I'll be
yeah.
back out there tomorrow, trying to get it back.
So because you live or you work and live in golf, so like your vacations are they completely opposite? Like I don't want anything. Do you treat it as like you're vacationing from work and no golf, or
Yeah, we'll see. So I'm going with my family, and the in-laws are also going, and my father-in-law is a golfer, and
okay,
he texted me yesterday, "You're bringing the clubs because we're going for a couple extra days this year than we normally go," and I'm like, if they can
okay,
fit, they're coming. So
yeah, yeah,
I might have to go to my old golf bag, which is a little smaller, and see if I can tuck it in the corner of the
yeah,
car.
yeah,
But normally, man, no, it's just like I turn everything off. I turn the phone off. Like I'll keep in contact with my friends and stuff like that, but work wise, that's shut off. I don't answer the phone or an email for work. I leave everything alone. It's a little bit
nice,
different this year because like podcast wise, I wasn't
yeah,
really doing the podcast when I was like it wasn't like video and take it was me with the guys. I could record one over the phone and just put it up. Um, so now like I have to prepare for it a little bit. So like I'm banking a couple to have them
yeah,
for
yeah,
when I go away, kind of thing.
okay,
Um, but I also like I booked, I forgot like what weekend I was going or what week I was going. So I had 2 podcasts I had to cancel because I was like, yo, I'm going away. I can't, my wife will kill me if I try to record a podcast when we're sitting on the beach or something. So
yeah, yeah,
gotta,
absolutely,
gotta, pick your fights there for sure.
yeah. No, I don't blame you at all on that one.
Yep. So what are some of the other designs you plan on coming up with down the road
Uh,
here?
so I think the next two, I'm gonna go with a smiley face one. Just
Okay.
something. Just I like so the black I like more. Honestly, the white tees, photoshopping them for my Amazon pictures,
Mm-hmm.
dude. I may never make a white tee again.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shit it sucks so bad. Just trying to get a clean product because I don't. The big thing is I want it to look professional. Like I've never done this before. So I do like I mentioned we were talking before. I do it for fun. Like every now and then I'll create a project. Think it was like 6, 7 years ago. I created like some wooden sunglasses. They actually happen to be bamboo as well. Oddly
Okay.
enough, I guess I'm obsessed with bamboo for
Yep.
some reason. Uh, but it went mediocre, and then I took my loss on it and just keep going in life. And then the golf tees came up, and I was like, this time, let me like see how good I can really do it. Like try to get some good pictures, Photoshop, and make them look real good. And so the black ones. Let me get back to the question. So I'm gonna go all black tees with yellow smiley faces.
Okay.
kind of like I guess the Walmart rollback or whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
just that
Yep.
classic looking smiley face.
Hmm.
And then I'm gonna do a silver tee with like the black beard man with sunglasses. Like, have you seen
Okay.
that silhouette showing up every like
Yep. It looks
uh
just like my buddy Joe, man. It literally, that
okay,
guy looks just
yeah.
like my buddy Joe. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So that's my thought is like there's a lot of people now with that silhouette. And
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go silver with that. So I actually have those in the works right now. They should hopefully it's a weird time I launched because golf is kind of trending down for the next couple months, but then Christmas comes
Right.
and obviously every golfer is going to get a golfing gift for Christmas. So
Hmm.
I'd like to have something I could advertise as well as I don't want to solidify myself as a brand of like, oh, this guy only wants middle fingers and pot leaves. Even though
Right.
for me, they're funny. They're
Right.
just cool little, it's a golf tee. Like I'm not
Hmm.
walking around with a golf bag that's shaped like a giant middle finger.
Right. And it's
Uh,
also something that stands out though, because someone's going to see that middle finger or that pot leaf and it's going to catch their eye, opposed to just a
exactly.
regular white golf tee. You know what I mean? It's something
Yeah,
different. So that's
it's
what you're
dude.
supposed to do.
There's like I gotta remember on Amazon the ranking for golf tees. It's in the thousands, like 5 to 10,000, if not more.
Yep.
And so I did some research. Like, well, let me see what everyone's doing. And there's so many where it's like I could have made Gopher's Golf just a solid wood tee and etched
Hmm.
Gopher Golf in it. But to me, there's no value there. I'm not. I don't care about like, oh, if I could sell 10,000 units and make $2 profit on them, I can make 20,000. Like, yeah, I'm not loaded. Like $20,000 is good money, but it's
Right.
also like there's no fun in that for me. So for
Right.
me, the fun is like, all right, how do I meet people on Instagram who are golfers who enjoy my product? And I've had some great responses. A couple people came and were like, hey, it's just not my style. And I was like,
Hmm.
hey, I 100% appreciate the honesty. And then I have others like yourself, and I've probably sent out close to 50 units to different people who are
Nice.
like, send them, I want them. And
Hmm.
yeah, they just throw a post up of them on the golf course with the bag. And I'm like, yeah, this isn't making any, I really any sales. It's just showing the world and like spreading the word of the golf tees. That's what my goal is when I travel and go play golf somewhere. If I can find one of my golf tees
Yeah.
on a tee box, you know how happy I'll be for
Right.
them. Like
Absolutely, man.
that's the silly goal. And yeah, if I can make money off of it, awesome. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, but I've got a 9 to 5 that is working for me. So it's
Sure.
like this is
You're
just
having fun with it. That's the same thing with me with the podcast aspect, man. I
yeah,
totally understand like what you're talking about, just correlating in a different way for sure. Because like I do this for fun. Like I get to meet cool people like yourself, a bunch of other people I've met along the way through Instagram and such. And it's like some of the people like I watch on other podcasts and they jump on this podcast and I'm like, holy shit, I'm talking to someone I've been watching for 2, 3 years on a podcast. It's like cool,
yeah.
like for example, like I'm a big conspiracy guy. So I watch like Tinfoil Hat and
Okay.
there's the co-host XG. He's on another podcast. We don't smoke the same. So I DM'd him years ago about something. He replied, ha ha ha, like sent him some conspiracy meme or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I seen him at a comedy show, and I showed him the logo. He knew who I was, and he's like, "Yo, man, for you coming to the show, I'll jump on the podcast." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "All right, bet." So like last summer,
Hell
about
yeah.
this time, he jumped on, and then I went to his show recently and like was hanging out with him and shit. And I'm like, this is so crazy to me because if I never did this podcast, that connection would have never happened. So it's just like cool stuff like that. Now he's sending me guests to have on, and it's just the cool connections of it. But like also, my goal is to help a guy like you who in upstate New York or wherever I have listeners. I have some listeners in California, Texas as well. Um, they don't know about the golf tees, the Gopher golf tees. Now it gives you an opportunity to hit a whole different market that you don't have access to. And that's
Yeah.
like my whole thing that like you see a lot of people, same thing with me. I reach out to people, hey, would you like to come on the podcast? Oh no, we can't affiliate with the Puff podcast. Like, okay, as long as you're honest with me and just say, hey, we can't do it, I don't care. But if
That's
I'm
it.
gonna
Yeah.
get don't play the games. Just don't waste my time. I'm not gonna waste yours. Like if you don't want to mess with me, I'll move on. Like I'm
Yeah.
cool with it. And
Yeah.
obviously it sounds like you get exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's it. And it's like no one's been like outright disrespectful, like, oh, your golf tees suck, you're ruining the game of golf. It's just like, hey, personally, me, I can't put that on my channel. I've worked too hard to build this up. I'm like, cool. I
Yep.
respect it. And then a lot of them I've said, hey, I have family friendly designs coming. I'll let you know when they hit. And I'm not gonna shoo them away. I'm gonna still offer them the free units for the because at the end of the day, like I said, I want these golf tees everywhere. I've already got 10 accounts lined up overseas in the UK and Australia, but all
Nice.
my inventory I just had to go to Amazon because I do work a 9 to 5. So a lot of this isn't
Hmm.
about like how do I get all my margins as low as possible to make as much money. I'm still trying to have a quality of life. You know,
Right.
I've got a girlfriend, I've got friends, I like golfing for
Yep.
one. Like I don't want to trade golf for golf tees. That's not a fair trade.
Nah, absolutely
So
not.
so like for me it's just like, yeah, let's get these golf tees out there because it is. We you mentioned clothes, like why didn't I get any clothes? Dude, what I like for a golf shirt and what you like, I have no fucking clue. I don't even
Right.
want to go down that hole of like
Exactly.
now I'm stuck with a 3X polo
Hmm.
that I can't wear. And like all the clothes and stuff, there's so much out there.
The
I'll
material,
just
the
let it be.
fabrics. I just had
Yeah.
one of my sponsors on 52 Sundays, and we were talking about like how do you pick the garments and stuff like that. And it's like
Yeah.
it's got to be crazy going through all you get shipped from this place, this place, this place, and it's all different material. It's all different. It all might all feel the same, but it's completely different. So when you wash it, what's it do, and all that.
Yeah.
So much simpler. You know what the tea's gonna do.
You get
It's
one.
just simple.
That's it. Dude, and it was funny because I don't like the Amazon listing. I'm like typing it up and stuff. And I'm like so bad. I just want to put their golf tees with pot leaves and
Yep.
just leave it at that because I'm like, this is what it is. But I like had to really, doctor it up. So I just threw my own fun in there. Like I put they are because they're wood, they're gonna biodegrade. So I just was like, they're environmentally friendly. If the apocalypse hits, our golf courses will be fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just tried to leave my own voice in there because that's what when you see that logo, I want people just to think fun. Like,
Yep.
because that's isn't that where we all started with golf was just like fun?
Just to have
Like,
fun, man.
yeah, none of us are Tiger Woods, man. If we're on Instagram, we aren't Tiger Woods. The only
Right.
one might be Bryson DeChambeau. He somehow found a way to make
Yeah.
social media golf and just go through the roof
Dude,
for a
it's so crazy with him, man, because I never liked him when he was Fedora Bryson, man. I just didn't like him. I didn't like his vibe. I like nothing about him. Now he's like one of my favorite players, like golfing with Trump, like just the whole like busting chops with him and stuff. Like it was just cool to see, like the stuff he does with Paige. Like he really turned it
yeah.
around.
I've said the same thing. I was like, it looks like Bryson's having more fun than he's ever had in his life. Like if you remember Dustin Johnson back in was it like 17 he won?
Yeah,
Yeah. And it was like he was just looked like he was having more fun
yeah,
than anyone else out there. And like that's what Bryson reminds me of right now. Like he's just having fun. And that's
mm-hmm.
the end of the day, that's what the game's all about, just having fun. But yeah, even the Trump one, I was like, yo, if you hate Trump, watch him play golf. This guy is literally one of
He's
us. Like that's
good,
all
dude.
the memes where it's like one of us, one of
Yeah,
us. Like that's
yeah,
all I kept thinking watching that. It's like he hits a ball and he just like that was pretty good.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, man.
Dude, he was driving par 4 greens. I mean, from the seniors, but still, you're
Yeah.
hitting it 250 or so. You're still getting it up there.
Yeah. If
That's
you hit a
crazy.
drive 250 at the fairway, you could complain. No one's gonna listen.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. That's
Yeah.
craziness. Yeah, man. He's came a long way, and it's cool to see. Just like the whole, even the way the Instagram and YouTube is taking over golf and making it a lot more interesting, edgier, I should say, too. Like with the way,
Yeah.
like I'm not really getting too many issues on the YouTube side of things. Instagram, I get flagged quite a bit for certain posts. Like if I post a clip of this with the jaunty in the background, they'll probably put a flag on it. But what it is, what it is. They can't read what's on it and stuff like that. But it's just so
Yeah.
crazy. So some of the posts I get dinged for, and then
I
others
got
it's just
I got dinged on Amazon for the pot leaves because
did
it
you really?
promotes drug use.
It's so crazy. It's
Yeah.
so crazy,
So
man.
disclaimer, guys, do not smoke these. All right.
Nope.
Just
Good thing you said that because some of the guys
yeah.
I play with might get excited and fire one up. Knuckleheads, man.
But hey, what I do want to do for whoever listens to this, however you have a way to do it, I've got
Yep.
a couple bags, man.
Okay.
So if you have a way to do a giveaway, I've got one of each here
Okay.
for whoever you want, whoever you pick out of listeners. If you got a way for them to do it, let them know. They
All
get
right, man.
they get a package of each heading their
So what
way.
I'll do is I'll have them tag. I'll have them follow my page, your page, and we'll figure something out on that end.
Yeah, absolutely. If you need more for the boys too, I mean, you said your group, like you guys got 12 of you.
Yeah, there's 12 members of the Pitch Putt and Puff. Well, there's 11 officially now. I was going to introduce someone last night on the podcast, but they decided to fall asleep before we recorded, so he didn't get the announcement yet.
Fair, fair.
Yep, he's got to earn it. He's got to earn it. So he's got to ride with the most annoying players. He's got to ride with next week. So he's going to earn it big
Uh,
time.
so
Big
as I
time.
build up, man, we'll definitely stay in touch. But like when you guys have events or something, I'll try to send some units out there for you guys.
That'd
Like
be awesome, dude.
I
That'd be
want them.
awesome.
I want to find them when I go play golf and I get a chance to go on vacation. I want to see some just laying on a tee box, man. Nothing would make me happier.
And that's the thing too, man. It's a cool thing to see. Like even when you see someone using them, like I got a bunch of towels for the guys.
Yeah,
And just to see like I gave them to like the couple other guys in the course, and like I'll be out there and we'll be a couple holes over, but then I'll see someone cruising by and then the towels waving in the back. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, that's my logo right there. You know, it's just
yeah.
cool to see. It's cool to see your little creation,
I give them
actually
out
gaining
to
something.
I give them out to almost everyone I play with. You can kind of check the vibes of people you're playing with, see how they're going to respond. So I try to give them a handful of tees when we're playing.
Yeah,
And I gave him the one, and the guy had his son, probably late middle school, so he knew
yeah,
what they were. But like, I was
yeah.
definitely not. I was trying to give them to the dad without like, and
Right.
the son sees him. He goes, "Oh, these are cool." He goes, "Yeah, they are. Don't tell your mother."
Stuff them in the bottom of your bag, kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's funny too, because like even the amount of tees you have in the bag, 69. Like you could tell it's
Dude,
like it's not a serious thing. Like have fun with it. Have fun with what
dude,
you're doing.
everyone's selling 50, and I'm like, honestly, like I can't like lose money on them. Like that just doesn't make any sense to put in
Sure.
time and make no money. So I was like, let me give a little more teas, and we'll see what the future holds. But for this time being, I was like, 69 teas, fuck it. Who
Yeah.
doesn't laugh when they see that?
Now, do you think down the road, you'll be able to do like customizations as well? Like say I wanted to put like my logo on there, a little golf ball sitting there, something like that. I know we
I'm
mentioned it, but I forget what we talked about.
I'm debating on it. I don't know
Okay.
yet because I probably could get to that way. For the teas, the packaging is where it varies because you have to buy I think it was like a $500 mold for the custom packaging
Okay.
for the printer. So it'd be like that's what I'm trying to work on is figure
Gotcha.
out because I wouldn't mind it. I've even gone, they say live in the moment, but I've gone a little far ahead. I'm like, well, what does like a golf tee machine cost? Like how much is it just to like, I obviously can't do it in this room, but like
Right.
who knows what happens? And
Right.
it's a pretty penny. I think it's probably around 15 to 20,000 to make my own golf tees in
Okay.
house, and that's without even like figuring out what it is to source bamboo. Like I don't even
Yeah.
know how that
Material
works,
and
but
shit. Yeah.
yeah, but it's a thought down the road of like who knows, maybe. I mean, I know for right now, like if I wanted to, it'd be I don't have enough credibility yet with my supplier to be able to
Hmm.
get them in a reasonable amount of time. So
Right.
like if say you wanted 50 units for a tournament, it
Right.
would
That's what I was
take
thinking
me
for like tournaments and stuff like that. Yep.
it would take me almost like 8 weeks to get them. And I
Gotcha.
just don't know how reasonable. Like even right now, the Beard Man ones and the smiley faces that I'm working on, I think my minimum is I have to order 500 units of each.
Okay.
So I've really I really got to put thought into the ones I make because I need teas, but I mean I'm not going through.
Right.
I think my first order was 150,000 individual teas, and I
Okay.
told my buddies I was like, I even told my dad I was like, well, you know what you're getting for Christmas if no one wants these, right? Like,
Everybody's stockings filled with
yeah,
golf tees. Middle
yeah,
fingers looking up at them. First thing
yeah,
they're looking at is Christmas present. That's great.
exactly. What's tell me what like what's art that you think would be cool on a golf tee?
Well, I was just thinking like I was thinking like the customization side for the aspect of tournaments and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
um you mentioned alien, so then it made me think of like Bigfoot. Um like a
Okay.
Bigfoot
Yeah. Yeah.
walking.
Like a Sasquatch. Yeah, that'd be kind of.
Yep. I don't know why I thought but my conspiracy brain
No,
started working.
I like it because what I want is different color waves. So like the
Okay.
smiley face would be black and yellow. The pot leaves are white and green. We got black and white for the middle fingers. Silver's coming. The Bigfoot would be sick on a gold tee, like a gold tee with a brown
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yeah. What about even like can you would obviously have to worry about copyright issues and shit if you went to like old school like cartoons and stuff like that, that avenue of it.
Yeah, so that's a forethought of like I wonder like sports is my first thought
Okay.
is like how could you get tees, made up for different, whether it's football or hockey. Hockey seems like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
hockey fans like golf as well, and
Yep.
but then that is like, I feel like I need more credibility to introduce myself in those
Sure.
conversations. Uh,
Yep.
so those ones are there. What was the female market? I've noticed golf is like becoming massive right
Absolutely.
now with both genders,
Mm-hmm.
and so the female market, I know, like if you go on Amazon and type in like girls golf or something like that, there's like
Yeah.
nothing that shows up. And so part of my thought was like, what if I had a pink tee line?
Okay.
Like, and so that's thoughts down the road. Like, I just want to put art on tees. Like, I got
Yeah.
so many ideas. I'm just trying not to get stuck with
Just yeah, a certain like I was
20,000
even thinking
views.
like old school, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, that kind
Uh,
of thing of
dude,
like
I didn't even,
having those on
yeah.
the tees. Because
And
there's
see, like,
nostalgia, like I see a lot of people doing, like, sorry to cut you off, they have the head covers and stuff, and there's a lot of nostalgia you see in the game of
yeah,
golf now too. Like, or you even go off of like movies, like Caddyshack movies and Happy Gilmore
yeah.
stuff, and there's a
So
lot of options, man.
Gophers Caddyshack inspired Gophers golf. Like
Okay,
that
that's what I
was when
figured. Yeah.
I'm going through all the names in my head, and then yeah, Gophers golf. I was like, it just sounds good for sure. 100% thought it was going to be copyrighted,
Mm-hmm.
and when I went on to look at it, I was like, no one owns this. So I was like, all right, Gophers golf it is. And what's funny is I didn't even. This is how little I research going into things. Like I just buy everything and go for it. When you start on Amazon looking up Gophers golf, you get a whole bunch of University of Minnesota stuff, and then just a middle finger in the middle of it, and
Oh my
then just
gosh,
more
that's funny.
university. Yeah.
They
So
probably
I was,
love that.
dude, it's simple stuff like that that makes me happy because it is just. I've said it multiple times now. It's just a fun brand, man. Like
Yep,
if you don't laugh when you see them, they're not for you. Like
absolutely.
it's just
That's
that
the thing.
simple. It
Yep.
doesn't hurt my feelings. Like
Nah, nope.
yeah,
I get it, dude. I totally get it because you're not looking for that person who doesn't want to be a part of something what you're trying to build, kind of thing. So, all right,
yeah,
this isn't for you. Cool. Like,
yeah,
you're probably gonna say something about it. I seen these golf tees and they had middle fingers on it to somebody, and they're gonna either gonna be like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool, or I'm like, oh, I can't believe that. So you might gain a fan off of someone who hates it too. So there's so many
yeah,
things that you can do. Like, oh, I listen to this podcast. They're talking about golfing and weed. Oh, cool, man. I'm gonna go check that out. Or, hey, man, I hate that podcast. Who's talking about golfing and smoking pot? There's
yeah.
so many variables of everything, which is cool, man. But yeah, dude, Chris, I appreciate your time, man. I like to wrap up with three questions though. I'm gonna give them a couple golf related questions here for you.
All right.
Especially now that you've been out there quite a bit. What's your favorite club in your bag right now?
54 degree.
Okay,
It's like throwing darts
54.
for me right now, man. It's like throwing darts anywhere within 70 yards. I'm just money with it at the moment. Can't
Yeah.
put it. I can't put it. But yeah.
Dude, we'd be a good team in a scramble because I'm putting pretty good right now, but I cannot chip from 70 yards in. I'm literally 100 yards in. I'm Dust City or just sculling it across the green right now. It's
So
so
I
mental.
got I graduated late. I decided to go back to college, get a computer science degree. Graduate in December, and I was like, I owe myself a gift. And my dad got me clubs going into senior year of high school,
Okay.
and so they were old Ping I twos, but those babies work, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna get my like true set for myself. And so I went Mizuno 923 tours on the irons. I went T24s on the wedges, and all I used to have was a pitching wedge. So I went from a pitching wedge to a pitching 50, 54, 58. My
Yep.
chipping was horrible. I didn't know what the difference. I was like, I didn't know how to use them. And over the last month, I figured out how to use them, and I'm deadly now within 100 yards.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
It's one of
Yeah.
those things. It's funny you said to me how many of those are range days too. I'm actually gonna start like taking a day to go to the range because sometimes, like I said, it's just we only get to play for such a short period of time that I want to get out there and take advantage of it. And I'm also
Yeah.
coming like right from work, so I don't get to go and chip and putt for 15, 20 minutes before I get there. I'm practicing while I'm playing. And there's days like I'll dedicate to like, all right, I'm practicing with this today. I'm using this club every time I'm around the green. Like my 52, for example, I chip a lot with that. I try to keep it nice and low, get a little bump and run out of it. But now I'm to the point where it's getting a bump in the run and it just keeps running like OJ, man. It's gone. It's
Yeah.
like in the white Bronco. It's off the green. I'm like, what's happening? Like where it wasn't doing
Yeah.
that before. So that's a struggle. So I'd have to say my putter is my favorite club in my bag. I got an old school Nike Ignite putter. I just recently got a Lombardi putter from Uncle Paulie. I don't know if you ever see Lombardi Golf on the Instagram.
Yeah, they just made that diamond one, right?
Yeah,
That's been
Uncle Paulie,
trending.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's my
yeah,
guy, man.
yeah.
He's a big part of the team here, and he sent me this PS 99. And thing is, it's milled. It's a beautiful, beautiful putter. Well, I'm 6'2", almost 6'3". The putter I currently have is 36 and a half inches with the shaft. This one
Uh,
gave me 35, and that little inch and a half. Most females will tell you inch and a half is a big thing. It does. It makes a difference for me.
dude,
I feel so hunched over. So
yeah.
I'm sending it back. Uncle Paulie's going to take care of me and make some adjustments. So I
My
can't
old
wait to get
one was
that.
a 34-inch Odyssey white burner, and
Okay.
I decided like everything. I'm gonna get a set I play for probably the rest of my life. If you know, I'll probably upgrade. I got,
Right.
but I got a tailor-made Juno. So I wanted a Scotty because you could customize them. I was like,
Sure.
let me get a cool putter. But then you look into it, it's like 450. Then you got to
Yeah.
send it to Titleist, 250. Wait, who knows how long? TaylorMade, $320. They make your putter exactly how you want it. Like they give you the Spider or the Juno,
Hmm.
and I can't remember the other one, but I got the Juno because it was similar profile, and it's all blacked out with purple, and then I got engraved in it. I put fuck, so you can't see it because it's blacked out with it. So
Yeah.
like if you're really looking at the putter, you see it, and yeah, it's a cool little putter. I just
That's
got to learn to
cool.
use it.
A lot of practice, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I got to send mine back to get. I'm actually getting the same thing. I'm getting it all blacked out, black shaft, black grip, like smoke shaft. Like he's
Yeah,
hooking it up for me. Uncle Paulie's taking good care of me.
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So, what's your favorite course you've ever played? You get a chance to travel around at all, or just locally? What's some of your favorite course you've ever played?
Uh,
And it doesn't even have to be because of the course. It could be the experience you had at the course. It could be a bunch of different variables. What's your favorite course though?
all right, I'm gonna give three. Two for
All right.
nostalgia as being a kid.
Yep.
One was in Tennessee. There's a lake called Lake Pickwick, and it was a course I played with my dad in middle school, but there was a par three that you hit over this like river or inlet of the lake
Hmm.
and onto this part of the green. But to get down there, you basically rode the brakes of your cart the entire time, and the
Yeah.
cart just slid all the way down. But I remember that just being fun, being out there with my dad. It's like the woods of Tennessee, and
Nice.
there's a lake there the whole time. I grew up on a Timaquan. So Zach Johnson, when he won the Masters in '07 or '08, it was his home course. So I remember as a kid putting on the putting green, and he
Oh,
was
that's
over
cool.
putting over there. So that was kind of cool.
That's
And
really cool.
then the other one's actually last weekend, man. I played bear dance out here in Colorado.
Okay.
So there's three staples out here if you've ever make it to Denver. You got Arrowhead, Fossil Trace, Bear Dance.
Okay. I've
All
heard of
three are,
Arrowhead. Yeah.
dude, Arrowhead's a postcard every tee box.
Hmm.
But Bear Dance, it's like they went into the Colorado Rockies and just cut a golf course. Like if you slice or hook your drive, it's gone. Just
Yep.
forget about it. Like don't it's not even worth trying to find. But if you are just you just feel like you're in the mountains playing golf. It's
That's cool.
incredible. Compared to like Copper Mountain or Keystone, the ski resorts,
Hmm.
it's not the same. You're just like you're in the mountains, but you're not in them. Like I don't know how to describe it to Bear
Right.
Dance. It was like you're in the trees.
Truly cut out. Like, yeah, you're no. I can picture just by saying that. No room for
Yeah.
error. Just like through the rocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, those are cool things. Like up here, like we get it. We have a couple little mountain courses, but obviously not to that extent. And then like scenery wise, I mean, there's not really. You got to get out to the country to really find something good with some. I mean, our local course, consider it's in the city of Troy, which isn't the most beautiful city, but the views you do have from the course, sunset wise and stuff like that,
Yeah.
are pretty nice. Um, there's a couple nice courses up near. We have the Saratoga racetrack where they do like the what the hell is it? They did the Belmont this year. They're doing the Travers coming up.
Okay.
So like there's a couple courses up there with some nice views, but they take care of them because that's like the tourist section. So you're going to get a nice higher end courses up that way, to say the least.
Yeah.
But the nicest I ever played was down in Texas. I played Slick Rock, I want to say it was called. We were down there for a bachelor party, and there was about 25 or 20 guys or so. We were out there playing a scramble, man. It was just it was a great time. It was all my boys from high school and stuff. Just
Yeah.
one of those things. It was a 40-year-old spring break, pretty much. You know, we're out there playing golf. It
Yeah,
was
we
cool. It
did.
was one of
Yeah,
those vibes, man. It was really more the vibe than necessarily the course, but playing
I'd
around
argue that's a better spring break than 19. Like,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. It was too. Everybody was having a grand old time. But it
yeah,
was like it wasn't even just because of like it was cool playing around like cactuses opposed to pine trees kind of thing too. So
yeah, yeah.
that atmosphere. And then last question to wrap it up. So if you had to add three people to your dream foursome, who would they be?
Ooh,
Anybody, who would you want to play golf with if you could play golf with anybody in the world?
all right, my dad's for sure coming.
All right.
Uh, I got a standing bet with him. I get $100 first time I beat him. So if there's ever a chance he can play with me, he's coming.
There you go.
He can swing. I'll answer the other two. I'm thinking about him. He can not swing for a year. First tee box pipes it right down the middle, 275. It's like what? Yeah, I'm like, dude, come on.
I
Can you
play every
shake
day
it?
and I can't do that shit.
Yeah, he told me the last time. He goes, my friend said I'm gonna regret it if you never beat me. And I was like, don't you let me win. Like I should have beat him. My putter sucked.
Oh man.
I'm trying to think. Like it'd be cool to have a pro golfer out there. I just don't know which one.
Yep.
Like which one would be. So I'll say this: I'll let my dad pick his favorite pro golfer to come,
Okay.
and then I'll take. Who would I take? I'm just trying to
That's a
think of
tough
them
one.
all right now. Like
I'll
if you
give
got
you
to play with any of the pros, you would hop on it. You wouldn't be like, sorry, John Rahm. I don't. I would prefer Tiger. Like, what are
yeah,
you gonna
right.
do? Yeah.
Exactly. So mine I go a little bit different.
Okay.
Um mine is I was always a big basketball fan growing up. Basketball player my whole life. Jason Williams. Remember White Chocolate used to play for
Oh yeah.
Sacramento Kings
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Heat?
Yeah.
Now he's a golfer, he's into the cannabis and stuff like that. So he'd be my guy that I would
University of
definitely.
Florida grad.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think he ever graduated, but he
Okay.
went
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. University of Florida attendee.
Yeah, he got kicked out. Um, he got kicked out for smoking pot, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Billy Donovan kicked his ass off the team. And then I always used to say Tiger, but I've been kind of going back and forth on that too because same thing. It's like, all right, yeah, everybody would want to play with Tiger. So I'd want to have someone different if it was my pro. I would probably go DJ, would be my pro golfer I would have.
Nice. Yeah.
And then to have a good time out there, I would bring Bill Murray.
I mean,
Bill Bill
that's
Murray would
perfect.
be the good
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? Just because of the Caddyshack. I'm an old school Ghostbuster fan. Like just the Bill Murray in general is just a character.
All
You
right. So
know.
I know how I'll go about this then. I'll go me, my dad. I never got to play golf with my dad's dad or so my grandfather. So
Hmm.
bring my grandfather out there. And then John Wick, because why not?
Yeah.
I'll
There you
throw a
go.
curveball out there. Bring Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
I don't even know if he plays golf, but
It don't matter. Come on, hang out, man. That's what it's
I've
all
seen
about.
some interviews with him talking about his motorcycles, and he just seems like a guy who's like, I'm very fortunate to have come across all this money, but I'm just trying to live my life. So it
Just
seems like he'd
chilling.
be a funny guy to play golf with.
Dude, he's one of those guys too, man. Like he's not like Hollywood. He's just like a good, genuine person. Like he does a lot of good shit that people don't talk about too. Is the
Yeah,
crazy thing about him. He's one, yeah. I every time Point Break's on, I watch that fucking movie.
really,
Every time, I love that
dude.
movie.
I can watch John Wick any day of the week if it's on.
Classic.
It's
I've
yeah,
seen the first one. I never seen any after that, man. I'm terrible with movies, man. I got too much shit going on. Ever since I had a kid, there's no free time to sit there. And if I sit down to watch it, I get 15 minutes in and fall asleep.
yeah.
No
All
doubt.
right, let me ask you two golf questions real quick.
All right, let's do it.
All right, have you ever got a hole in one?
No,
Okay.
no. I came
What
extremely
would you rather
close.
have? A
Okay.
hole in one or break 72?
Oh, break 72 just one time or one hole in one? Because if I could consistently break 72, I'm taking that all day.
I
Um,
agree with you. Let's say one time. I think we're
uh,
both gonna get there at some point of our life. We're gonna sniff that 72.
yeah, I think,
Well, next week. Let's put it in next week. If you could break 72 or get a hole in one, which one would you want it to be?
man, you know what? I think it would be the hole in one. I really do because, like, I just want to get it out of the way, kind of thing. Because
Yeah, yeah.
dude, I've been so close, especially like recently. I was playing the other day, me and my guy Fairway Mike, and I stuck one, dude. It was all of 8 inches away from the cup. And like I've had so many of those. And I'm like, when is one of these just gonna kick the right way for me and
Yeah.
stick? Like last year, a 13th hole, I hit a one hopper low, it hit the pin, and then it kicked back like 3 inches. I'm like, oh my God. Like I can't I want one so bad, but I also like I'm funny like that too. When I get to the par threes, I don't even think about it. And the last thing on my mind is making a hole in one. It's get it on this freaking green so I can
Yeah.
get a greenie. We play greenies now, so I'm trying to get greenies all day where you gotta land the green and get a par or better. We put a couple bucks on it every
Okay.
round. So
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes they carry over. So like I won 20 bucks off of greenies this weekend just off of making one putt pretty much. So
Nice.
it's something fun to do. So I've been focusing on that. It's kind of helping me because I'm hitting center of the green and not pin chasing and hooking and doing some of
Yeah.
the stupid shit I do on the golf course for sure.
I'm with. I'm gonna answer my own. I'm right there with you. I'll take the hole in one. To earn a 72 would just be like the pinnacle of golf. To
Yep.
like know that I'm progressing and then one day just be on my game and get a 72, like that's a feeling. That's why we're all gonna play golf till we can't swing a club anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Because you're earning that 72 where you're because you got to work for that. That's not, and you can get it. I know guys who played 2 or 3 times and got hit a ground ball, got a hole in one. You know,
Yeah,
so
off a rock, off the tree, rolled into the hole. Like there's luck in a hole in one. Obviously,
yeah,
we're all aiming for the hole. There's a
hmm
little bit of luck involved.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, you definitely letting everybody know who's number one with your
that's
golfer
it.
tees,
That's it.
Gopher Golf tees here,
If you
Chris.
get
I
a
really
hole in one in front of me, I'm gonna give you that symbol.
that's it, absolutely. Chris, I appreciate your time, man, and best of luck with everything. If I can help in any way, let's definitely keep in contact. If you have new stuff coming out that you want to hop on and promote, hit me up. We can set
Absolutely.
something up. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Amazon, Google middle finger golf tee, marijuana golf tee. I'm gonna show up there. Uh, on Instagram at the Gophers Golf. Just send a like, send a follow. As the year progresses, holiday season, I'm gonna do some giveaways. Like I said, I want these tees to everyone. So my goal is to never price anyone out of golf tees. They're where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for the new designs, but I'm gonna hit you up, man. This was awesome. I didn't know what to expect, man. This was awesome.
Awesome.
I like it. Yeah, yeah. So
Cool,
as
man.
soon
You
as
got
I
a
get
good
more
vibe, man, for
designs,
sure.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
well,
send them
definitely
to
we'll
you.
set something up to do. We'll do a little giveaway here with the pitch putt and puff. We'll set something up, get some followers, and get the name out a little bit for you here too.
Perfect. And I got more, man. If you want to do something up to 5 followers or something, if you got engagement, yeah, give them out. Let's get
Sounds
them
good,
to
man.
let's get them to golfers, man. They're not doing any good sitting in a warehouse.
That's it. Sounds good, buddy. We'll
Awesome.
talk
Hey, you have a
soon.
great vacation.
You too. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I
Yeah,
appreciate everybody
absolutely.
tuning in, and we'll talk to you on Friday with a preview of the pitch putt and puff weekend. Later. Really appreciate Chris jumping on from Gophers Golf, man. These tees are no joke. Definitely check them out. Boom. We got the leaf. We got the middle finger. Chris has big plans for the business, man. He's got real ambition for it as well. Excited to see what he does in the future. But before we wrap up, make sure you guys go and check out golfercbd.com. Golfercbd.com has their CBD topicals are truly a game changer with their patented delivery technology. The strokes ahead of the competition, delivering 10 times more CBD directly to the muscles, joints than traditional balms and creams. The Golfer CBD topicals are easy to apply on the course, quickly absorb quickly, and do not leave any sticky residue on your hands. So they're essential for every golfer's toolkit. Don't forget to check out these guys at golfercbd.com and promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Also, don't forget to check out 420 Bliss located at 740 Hoosick Road and get your jaunty products up there. They got the edibles, they got the cartridges, disposables, the all-in-ones. That's what I've been hitting on all night here tonight. Boom, all-in-one, very sleek looking as well. Don't forget to check them out. Also have the app just a little higher. Make sure you're looking at the 420 location if you're in the 518. They also have a couple available in the city, 718, 917 area. So check them out there. Don't forget to place your order online. You can pre-order as well. They have a delivery service. They can set you up 420 Bliss just a little higher on the app. And then last but not least, we got Trouble Up the T, troubleupthet.com, promo code RGB for 15% off, as well as promo code PUFF to get yourself a great deal. Buy one, get one free on the polos. Take advantage of that. And also don't forget to check out the Audible book. Author is Marty Minden, narrated by Jake Adams. This book is available on Spotify and Audible. Go and give that a listen. And then last but not least, we got 52 Sundays sponsoring the Legends Golf Club. So shout out to 52 Sundays. Make sure you guys go and check out 52 Sundays. Use promo code LGC15. Get yourself a dope 52 Sundays hat. And if you want to become a member of the New York Legends, hit me up. You can find yourself in a nice polo here from 52 Sundays and the Legends Golf Club. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll be back on Friday with a preview of the upcoming weekend. Later.